Hey everyone, this is Cara Bradley. I am excited to bring you another episode of Rocking Your Yoga Classes. Giving you just a little bit of background about who I am. I am a body mind teacher. I've been teaching yoga and meditation for a few decades. I own a yoga center in Philadelphia area called Verge Yoga. And I've been teaching and teaching teachers for many, many years. I am super passionate about helping yoga teachers speak clearly, be simple, give space, give students the opportunity to have an experience on their mat. We know why we're teaching yoga. It's because we've had many breakthroughs, many ahas, perhaps many tears on our mats. And as a yoga teacher, we really do want to, and I think is our responsibility, to give your yoga students that same opportunity. So in my other videos called Rock Your Yoga Classes and Effective Cueing, I talk about how to cue simply and effectively so that you're not talking the entire class. How to speak with a very confident and authentic voice so that you are allowing your students to relax. Also, how you're supporting your students during a pose with not too much information, but just enough information to keep them engaged and motivated. This is a real art, as we all know, and it doesn't happen overnight. But one thing I will tell you, just knowing this for myself as a teacher and a speaker, and also having been training teachers for over 15 years, is that unless you are doing the work on yourself and on your teaching, you're going to leave it to chance whether or not you become a master yoga teacher. We really do need to take the time. We need to carve out the time to become masterful teachers. We need to understand how to deliver our message and how to move bodies effectively and efficiently. If we don't take the time, if you don't, and you just busy yourself with more and more fancy sequencing and different kinds of music, you're never going to get underneath all of the noise and deliver an impactful experience for your students. Today, I want to speak to you about that direct experience. I advise you, if you're just coming to this video new, to go back and watch some of the other videos, because I'm going to be referring to the cueing and the super cues and the support cues and all the things I talk about in the cueing template, but I'm not going to go through them once again. I want to keep this short and sweet. Here's the deal. In order for our students to have an experience of their own, in order for them to have one of those breakthroughs that I talked about, those moments when they feel themselves, maybe remember themselves in their wholeness for the first time in years or decades, in order for them to listen to their body and to recognize the wisdom that's coming through them all the time, they need to have time. They need to have time of their own in your class. You as the teacher are the guide. We say this in our yoga teacher training at Verge. We are guides, not gods, as yoga teachers. We are guides. If you think about a yoga teacher like the producer of a news show, when you watch a news show on TV, if any of us do that anymore, say we're watching Stephen Colbert, okay? Stephen Colbert is sitting there at his desk, and he's got a little microphone back here. And that little microphone, in that microphone, he hears his producer talk to him, or producers, and they're telling him, look to camera 3, look up. We're taking a pause in 10 minutes, going to commercial break. He's getting direction from the producer that we're unaware of, but it's helping him to deliver. As yoga teachers, we are the producer of the show, and our student is Stephen Colbert. Our student is having the experience. So we are guiding our student, and our voices are like the microphone in the back of the ear. We want to be somewhat invisible as yoga teachers, giving our students information, giving our students direction, light guided direction as to where they should be going and what they should be doing moment to moment. So, for instance, let's take wide angle pose. We'll take them into the pose with super cues, right? Super cues are moving large limbs, they're moving the extremities. Step your right foot out, turn your toes in, reach your arms out, take a breath in, lift your heart, exhale, fold forward, grab your ankles, you're in wide angle. Those are some of the things that the student is hearing in that little microphone. It's not distracting or disrupting their attention on their breath, their attention on sensations. It's just a light guidance. So think about that next time you're teaching. Now, what I really want to talk about here is the experience that we're offering our students. This is what we often talk about in our teacher training. Let your students eat the cookie. Allow them the space to savor that chocolate chip cookie. All right, what the heck is she talking about? We don't serve chocolate chip cookies in our yoga classes. Of course not. Although, wouldn't that be nice? All right, so here's the deal. If I was sitting here, or we were sitting in front of each other, and I had a platter of hot, freshly baked chocolate chip cookies, and I was explaining this cookie to you, or these cookies, and you were sitting right up close, and you could smell the cookies. You know that smell. Oh my gosh, mouth-watering, right? So I'm here telling you the ingredients, and I put brown sugar, and I put a little coconut in them, and I put some cinnamon in them as well, and I had these rich milk chocolate chips, and I baked them just perfectly so they're just a little brown on the outside, but they're still so soft and chewy on the inside, and they're just fresh out of the oven and ready to eat. Right? Aren't you like leaning forward? I am like, oh my gosh, give me that now. But then I pull the plate away. I pull the plate away and I put it on a table far away. And I go on with our conversation. And so, how was your vacation? And what are you doing tomorrow? And you're like, wow, wait a second. I want one of those cookies. This is what happens for our students when we talk right through a pose. When all we're doing is yap, yap, yapping, giving our student every physical cue in the book, every benefit, a little Sanskrit here, a little philosophy there, when all we're doing is talking our way and their way through a pose, we never offer them the opportunity to experience themselves in the pose. It's where white space is so important. It's where offering some silence is golden. So, in one of the videos, it might have been the first and second one, I think I review it, we talk about weight. Once you're through with the super cues, and you've gotten the student in a pose, I'm going to give you some examples in a moment. You cross your fingers, like literally in the room, cross your fingers because it's a reminder. It's a physical, it's a somatic reminder to wait. Wait means to ask yourself, why am I talking? When you are able to cross those fingers and just, you don't have to ask yourself with words because this is enough. And then you take 2 breaths. You cross your fingers and you take 2 deep, long breaths without talking. You're allowing your students the opportunity to eat the cookie. Let me give you an example. Let's take the pose standing head to knee or pyramid pose. Most of us teach it in our classes. Standard hatha yoga pose. So here we are, we're in the standing position. I've gotten you in your feet in the right position. You could do it. You could stand up and do it with me. It actually would be really helpful if you did. I'm going to stay seated. So here we go. Our feet are 3 feet apart. Right foot is at 11 o'clock, or right foot is at 1 o'clock. Sorry about that. Inhale, reach arms forward and up. Press your palms together and cross your thumbs. Breathe in and reach higher. Exhale, tuck your chin and start to dome forward. As you dome forward, press your chin to your chest, pull your ribs and belly back, and release your hands to the floor. Soften your front knee and bring your forehead to your front knee. Now press your right foot down and press your left foot down. Pull your hips back a little bit more. Tuck your chin and touch your forehead to your knee. This pose is really good to open up your back body. This pose is really nice to stretch your hamstrings. Don't forget to follow your breath. Don't forget to stay in the pose. Now, one more breath. Reach your arms forward. Reach them all the way up. Come to standing. Release your arms by your side. Just switch out your legs. Step your right foot forward and pull your left foot back 3 feet. Place your left foot in at 11 o'clock. Here we go. Press your feet down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Press your palms, cross your thumbs. Inhale, reach up higher. Exhale, tuck your chin and dome down, pulling ribs back, low belly back. Release hands to the floor and press your forehead to your front knee as best you can. Breathe in. Breathe out. Ground down through your feet, gauge through your thighs. Tuck your chin a little more, press forehead to knee. Coming into our final breath now, inhale. Exhale, allow yourself to drop in a little further, touching forehead to knee now. Hold and release. Reach your arms forward and all the way up, and release your arms by your side. Come on back and have a seat for a few more moments. So maybe you notice the difference. In one of those poses, I talked right through the pose, never gave you the cookie to taste, to savor. The second pose, if you noticed, I gave you some space and silence. I didn't over cue you when you were in the pose. I allowed you the time to experience yourself in the pose. And it's in those moments you can feel your body in a different way. You may have a thought, an inspiration in a different way. Something might bubble up for you emotionally that you recognize that you might not have recognized had I been talking through the pose. I know it's not easy to do. I have to catch myself. I still, after all these years, have to cross my fingers with certain poses. We get really excited as yoga teachers, and that's wonderful. We want people to feel great. We want them to experience what we've experienced on our mats. But we can't do the work for them. And the fastest way to their own insights and understanding is in their own direct experience. So go back and review some of the other videos where I really break down how to cue more simply and directly. Doing so, cueing simply and directly, is how we offer our students the most powerful direct experience possible. Let them eat the cookie because you want to eat it as well. Next time you're on your mat, notice, without judgment, notice the teacher's cueing. Notice if they're just talking right through the pose. We learn from each other. One of the things I always encourage you to do is to record your class. Ouch, I know. Record your class on your phone, and then the next day or two, put your mat down and take your class. Your class is going to give you the most direct, constructive feedback that you will ever get. This is mastery, my friends. It happens only when we're willing to look at ourselves right there with the scalpel. When we can start to listen to ourselves in the way we teach, we can start to cut and cultivate that which is essential and that which is not essential. And I have to tell you, I get emails from you every day. I get emails from teachers. It lights me up. So reach out to me, Cara@carabradley.net. Reach out to me, let me know. I'm going to tell you that there are only about 5% of the people, and these are teachers that work for me, that ever find the courage to record their class and take it. You be the one. You be one of those 5%, and then let me know about it. You'll make my day. You really will. Thanks again for listening. Check out a couple of sites, carabradley.net. Loads of content on there, including my podcast, other videos, my blogs, and articles. Also, you can check out my yoga studio, vergeyogaCenter.com. If you're in the Philadelphia area, come visit. If not, we have an on-demand channel. The link is right there on the website. I'll also put it in the show notes. And you can take some of my classes. You can see how I cue. And please know, I'm human and I'm not perfect. So I'm sure that you're going to find me talking through some of those poses as well. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for what you do out there as yoga teachers. Kudos to you. Let's just go out there and make the world a whole lot happier and a whole lot brighter. Take care.